everybody. I thought today we'd work on a little bit of spinal mobility, since I feel like it's lacking in a lot of people's lives, especially with sitting at a computer, hanging out at home, driving a car. We do a lot of motions this direction and not a whole lot of lateral motion, so I just kind of want to work that into the spine. And if you're ever feeling like your low back or your mid back or even your neck is tight and stiff, you could do a couple of these sequences and it'll probably help you feel better. So we're going to call this the daily durability sequence to support spinal health. All right, so we're moving in all directions here. We're going to start with 10 reps of what's called a spinal roll. So think about the 3 sections of your spine: your cervical, your thoracic, and then your lumbar spine. So you want to think about rolling and almost flexing every single segment. So let's start with the neck. Look all the way down. Think about arching that neck. Round those shoulders. I know you don't hear that a lot here, but we want to round. So you can think about spreading those shoulder blades apart and allowing that spine to go into full flexion. And then as you come down, roll that lower spine too, and then try and touch the floor with your hands. You could widen your feet out a little bit too. It might help you get towards the ground, or just go to where you can. Hold for a second, and then slowly roll up. Again, starting with your low back, up through your thoracic spine, and then finally that cervical spine. Oh yeah, it feels good. Do about 10 of these. I'm gonna do a few more with you guys. So cervical, really focus on flexing that cervical spine, rounding those shoulders. Oh yeah, it feels really good. Grab those knees if you need to. Fully flex that whole spine as you bring your hands to the ground, and then slowly roll it back up. All right, go one more time here. Flex the neck. Rolling down, spread those shoulder blades. Try and touch the floor. Arch everything. You don't get to hear that a lot, so take advantage in this video. Straighten everything back up and bring your head up. All right, nice job, everybody. Again, you can do about 10 of those on your own. This next one, we're gonna work on some lateral flexion, all right? So let's start with your hands together here. We're gonna take your opposite hand. So I'm gonna start with my right hand and go towards my left knee, while my left hand is gonna go up above my head here. So you're almost working on like a shearing motion with your spine. Back to center, and then switch. Laterally flex that spine, all right? Back to center, and switch. Go as far as your body will allow. Again, this should all feel good. So if it doesn't feel good, stop or don't go as far, all right? Reach on over to that other side. And back to center. A couple more. Again, you could do 5 to each side, you could do 10 to each side. But these motions wouldn't be bad to do probably every day if you're feeling that tightness in your spine. Breathe it out, roll those shoulders. Remember that opposite hand's going towards that opposite knee. As you reach over with your other hand, flex that spine. One more, just because it feels good. All right. This next sequence is going to work on some half spinal rolls. So let's start by rolling all the way down to the floor here. Then I want you to take your hands, almost pretend you're carrying a basket or a baby. I want you to roll up one way and then go back down that same way. And now we're going to roll up to that other side, roll down to that same side, all right? So if I'm going to the right, my left elbow is going to come in front and almost make that circle. And if that seems painfully obvious to some people, congratulations, you're much more coordinated than I am. So I'm assuming everybody is on my level of coordination for this video. And then come back down that same way with that basket. So I'm gonna come up towards the left. My right elbow is gonna start with coming forward. So again, I'm twisting that spine a little bit as I come up, nice and easy. And then follow that same path. Let's do a couple more. Up with the spine, right to center, and back down in the same direction. And I'm gonna go to the other side here. And one more time down. All right. This last one, we're gonna work on some thoracic spine rotations, which is the middle of your back. So we're gonna start, hands right about at collarbone level here, hips square. You're going to rotate with your mid-back and your neck a little bit to one side here, just as far as you can while keeping your elbows up nice and high. And then slowly come back to the center. We're rotating to that other side. Notice how my hips aren't moving with it, okay? So this is gonna be a full body rotation. You wanna try and think about keeping them square and only rotating with that mid-back. Alrighty, get elbows up nice and high. I'm shaking a little bit, rotating. This is a good sign. Here. And I'm gonna do one more here. Whew, all right, after you get all those movements down, do about 10 of each, and then put them all together and do about 3 of each, all in a sequence, and your back should be feeling pretty mobile right now. I feel pretty great. I'm probably gonna do this again one more time when I get home. So I hope you enjoy this little mobility section. Let me know how it goes if you see me. I hope everyone has had a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.